Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast, The Property Maintenance Show. I am the host and narrator, Lucy, and we have two special invites today, Albert Taylor and Paul Quill. Albert, could you please give me a short introduction about yourself?
Sure, of course. My name is Albert Taylor. I'm administrations director here in Octagon, originally from Texas, and have about 7, almost 8 years in the property management industry. So I'm really excited to be here, give my point of view.
We are excited as well. And Paul, could you give us a short introduction of yourself, please?
Yes, of course, Lucy. So my name is Paul Quayle. I'm the Director of Operations at Octagon Work Services and also the co-founder as well with my business partner, Albert Taylor. Happy to be doing this with you, Albert, by the way. I have at least 5 years worth of property management experience and knowledge. And I know everyone's thinking, oh, they're going to give the kind of the corporate answer. You think, so I'm wearing this tie, I'm going to do that. But in all fairness, I don't need it.
Okay, great.
That's my introduction.
Great. So let's get started. Today we have a very important and special topic, which is artificial intelligence. So let's go on with the first question we have. And this one will be for Paul. Are you ready, Paul?
Oh, I was born ready.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so how will artificial intelligence be affecting the maintenance industry in the United States?
That's an excellent question, Lucy. I feel it's going to be affecting it in a very negative way, that people are going to be attempting to use artificial intelligence to help and run their businesses. And in all fairness, who really wants to speak to a robot, right? Everyone wants a human being and a human touch. And I just think it's really negative. It's just not something that I would like to see happen in the industry.
Okay, yes, I totally agree with this. Albert, would you like to give us your opinion on this?
Okay, well, I disagree. No, I'm just kidding. I totally think, people are going to be trying to misuse this to try to replace their employees and save money. Obviously, it's not going to work. I don't think an AI can troubleshoot very well, especially in the maintenance industry, the industry we come from. So we know, if we put an AI to try to find an electrical problem or try to fix or close a main line if there's a leak, there's going to be a total fail there because every case is different. There's no repetition for the AI to go off of. But as a technician, I know AI is affecting a lot of the industries in a negative way. There's a lot of programmers. I was actually checking Open or Chat GPT, I think it's called, and I asked it for a little script to make a menu, and it just threw it out there. I was like, okay, that's a good script. And I asked it, hey, can you modify it to do this and this and that? And it modified it. Okay, can I add a color to this? Yeah, and it added that. And so I'm thinking about all the people who sell their scripts to gamers and people like that. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's gonna hurt.
Yes, I totally understand where both of your point of views come from. Yeah, this is totally going to affect in some ways. But okay, so let's continue. Yeah. Okay, so moving on to the next question. What are the pros and cons of using artificial intelligence in our line of business? And I would like to start with Albert.
Okay, yes. Well, my experience with Chat GPT, I'm not trying to advertise their name or anything, but that's what I'm familiar with, is actually pretty helpful. I think it's a good tool. It's not anything to replace anybody with. Not yet. I know, I'm also a sci-fi writer, so I know inevitably what this will all end up in, like Terminator scenario. But eventually there's going to be people working as secretaries, and the AI is going to be listening to their calls and getting their tone of voice and everything and replicating that. I think there's already a couple of movies that that show that. So a person's working their 8-hour shift and one day they're fired. They call in and they hear their exact same voice being used by the artificial intelligence. You can't really tell the difference. It's been analyzing this person for so long. So good and bad. I'm kind of mixed right now. I think it's a good tool right now if you want to use it to write script, for example, or help you get your idea in a paragraph format. But yeah, I see the end game. Yeah. So yeah, well, my only recommendation would be to try to stay ahead of the game because you can eliminate all the employees, all the human employees. So.
Yes, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Paul, would you like to give us your opinion on this?
Yes. First of all, I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like things to happen like Skynet. Definitely not. Who wants that, right? Um, the positives to it, right? So if I really just give a quick breakdown, I say the positives is it may be able to help businesses I'd say in a small way. I'm not going to say in a big way, right? Because these like presentations or asking it to generate, presentations or scripts, they're all, they need to be edited, right? So you can't just rely on artificial intelligence 100% for things like that, right? It is a positive that it can generate it really quickly. You could maybe edit the document and it would be really useful for your business, right? The negatives to it is, I'm pretty sure, customers or clients, either for, a maintenance vendor in the United States or even a property management company, their customers or clients are not going to like speaking to someone that isn't human. The whole industry is built on human touch. That kind of relation, you know, let's put it this way, human relations, right? Between human being to other human being, understanding emotions. And something artificial intelligence would never be able to do is feel emotions. They know what anger means, right? But they'll never be able to feel anger. And I do think that is probably the biggest difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I've saw articles trying to post all the positives to using AI, and I just want to say to those articles, you're just talking rubbish.
Okay, yes, I totally understand both of your guys' points of view. And it does basically go back to what we were speaking about, like the human touch and how we need this. So yes, I totally agree with both of you guys. Okay, so the next question would be, how could basic jobs in general be affected? And I would like to start with Paul.
Okay, I really like this question. So basic jobs, you say, right?
Yes,
Okay,
jobs in general.
jobs in
Basic
general.
jobs. Mhm.
Um, well, since this is the property maintenance show, I'd like to stick with maintenance. So I'll try to answer it based on that. I think it's going to put a lot of virtual assistant jobs maybe in jeopardy is what I'm going to say, because companies might think that artificial intelligence is the next big thing and that's what they should put their money into, right? Instead of thinking, oh, I should hire a virtual assistant. So, and again, it doesn't help when they're putting these articles out and not really telling the truth and just it's all positive, 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 when there is more negatives than there is positives in my opinion, right? So I think it's going to affect definitely the virtual assistant industry. Um, it's going to affect customer service, and I think also it probably would affect a company's workflow. If they're using artificial intelligence, for example, I was watching another podcast channel, right? Um, I won't say their name, but they were talking about artificial intelligence, and they were saying that they were using artificial intelligence for their property management descriptions on properties. So they were using AI to generate the descriptions. And I'm pretty sure if their clients were aware of that, they wouldn't be really happy. If I was a
No.
client and I had a property, I- I'd be pretty upset. I'd be like, why am I'm paying you for you to use a robot? That should be a human touch on how great a property is. That should be written by a human being, not by AI. So yeah, it's going to affect jobs in a major way.
Okay, yes, totally. So now listening to everything you just said, I have another question for you. What would the maintenance department of the property management companies look after AI? How do you think they would look like after all of this, the implementation into their software and everything?
It's an excellent question as well. If I had to predict what it would look like, um, I think if there was an escalated issue, the AI wouldn't be able to handle it. Because at the end of the day, the customer doesn't want to speak to a robot or artificial intelligence. They'd want to talk to an actual manager, someone that they can speak to and understand their emotions and feelings. I think for simple repairs, it could maybe work, right? To say this on a positive side, but again, I've been in the property management maintenance department, and no repair is ever simple. There's always complications, and I can guarantee that tenants will not want to speak to an AI bot or a chat GPT. They just wouldn't want to. So I think, it would save money for the business, but customer service wise, it would go all the way down.
Okay, great. And I would like to hear your opinion, Albert, on this. What do you think
Okay.
this would look like after?
After, yeah. What was recalling? This is some time before when internet came out. People were complaining about the libraries. The libraries are gonna be affected. They were, weren't they? Yeah. I think lots of libraries went out of business. So yeah, this is like a
Yes.
perfect example of what we're gonna see here. I've heard of an article already about the cashiers, like the people in the stores who help you check out. Yeah, those are going to disappear. Can you think of how many
Mhm.
thousands of jobs are going to be vacant? Well, not vacant. They're going to
Yes.
have a AI there, so you can just pass with your merchandise, and it already detect what you put in the basket. Yeah, and just deduct it from your credit card. So yeah, apart from that's going to be cashless. And yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, the property management industry adopting this. I'm pretty sure a couple of property management owners are already scrambling to get this operational. You can see the savings in it already. I'm pretty sure AppFolio, some major software developers already has something, because I know some of the software you're using already has AI, so you could just tell it, okay, I want to generate this, and so I'm sure like AppFolio is going to have something like, okay, angry owners, okay, yeah, let's direct it to the AI, yeah, because really, who wants to speak to an angry owner, right? I mean, you have to be really tactful. I know Paul knows this. And angry tenants, of course, yeah. So they're probably thinking about, yeah, how to direct that over to the AI and, yeah, take some heat off of their employees, which would be fewer if they implemented that. So, yeah, it's going to cut down some jobs. So, yeah, well, just like the libraries, people are going to have to adapt. So, how would you work around this AI doing all those jobs? So, yeah, so I see, yeah, some really bad points are emerging.
Okay, so now that we just spoke about this, I would like to hear both of your guys' opinion on what do you guys think would happen to businesses that do not implement AI? And I would like to start with Albert. I'd
Okay,
like to
yeah.
hear.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely like the mom and pop shops, the older couples who have their own little business.
Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna get a little behind, and yeah, I'm pretty sure there's been like little property management companies who just couldn't get the app fully working, couldn't get the other like the inspector and all those working. So they're trying to do it the old-fashioned way. They're spending more money, and they're just getting plastered by these huge companies who are adapting, who are investigating, like we are, because we obviously want to keep our business open, right? So we're checking, so looking just to see how far this went, what can we do to work around it, how to use it, instead of being afraid of it and we're not gonna have a job. So how can we use this now? Because it's coming, it's inevitable. If countries like China has it, so if China has it, then obviously it's gonna, as far as much as they try to stop it or to slow it down, yeah, it's just multinational now, so it's coming out. So the only thing we could do is do damage control now, try to adapt.
Yes, I totally agree. It's coming anyways. Tom, what do you think about this? What do you think will happen to businesses that do not use AI?
I think they will suffer because there's always this traditional saying is always move with the times, right? So if you're not moving with the times and trying to implement changes in your business, then you'll be left behind, really. I think the biggest issue, especially, if we're linking maintenance and property management together here, right, is most of the property management CEOs or founders, they're near retirement. I don't know why they're still hanging around in the industry. Um, I've heard some of them talk in other podcasts. Some of their points of view are like, okay, it's the basics, but I just never hear any of them speak about the future of the actual industry, or none of them ever speak about maintenance either. Maybe that's another topic we'll get to in another time, right? Of course, but um, yeah, it's going to be really difficult for whoever's not using AI, um, or keeping up to date with any technology in general. But I still stand by what I'm saying. I definitely would not let AI take over a whole business. It's just not the way forward.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, before we go on to the next question, I thought it was really ironic. I was remembering about 10 years ago, it's like a big conspiracy theory, all this AI stuff, and everybody's like, no, no way, that's impossible. I was like, oh yeah, really? Yeah, usually some of those conspiracy theories come out and actually bite you. So yeah, there's a lot of older people, like you said, Paul. It's like they're scrambling right now. They're like, oh my gosh. So the housing industry that crashed in 2008, you don't realize what's crashing on them right now.
But that's all they're talking about, Albert, because
Mm-hmm.
that's all they know. That's all they know about is the 2008 credit crunch. Well,
Mm-hmm.
when's the last time they were on the field?
Oh, when their mom was. Well,
You know what?
hmm.
It's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's probably facts. Like
Hmm.
when they haven't been on the field in over 20 years, right?
Hmm.
And they're on these
Mhm.
podcasts, and like you said, they're scrambling just because it's cool to have a podcast now. Everybody thinks they can have it, but nobody's really debating any of them on anything they're saying.
Hmm.
They just want to talk about the '08 credit crunch. Oh, like because of free banks in the United States crashed, that everyone's panicking all of a sudden.
Hmm.
How about focusing on your customers and five-star customer service? It was so funny. I can't remember the gentleman's name, right? But he's busy on a podcast, right? On a show. And then I looked at his company and I looked at his reviews, and the very first one, like, and it wasn't posted that too long ago, like a couple of days ago, and it's like the 1-star review of the worst customer service ever.
Oh.
And he's busy on a podcast. Like, where's your priorities?
Yeah.
Like, get your
Yeah.
priorities straight. Like,
Mm.
why are you on a podcast when your company's getting bad reviews and
Yeah.
bad service?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Come on, come on.
Probably goes
They
outside
need
and
a
cuts his plants and pets his cat.
they need to retire. They
Hmm.
need to hang up the jacket, and just but buy a timeshare and and
Mhm.
let the younger generation step in.
Yes.
Sorry, but it's the truth.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I agree as well.
Okay, we
Do
could go
we
on with
move?
that topic, but yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine. Who really wants to get in the property? I mean, the younger generation, they don't want to battle with anything like that. You have angry owners, angry tenants. I mean, I think that's kind of what the industry was created for, right? Angry owners and angry tenants.
But that's why they want to use AI,
Mhm.
because the person doesn't have any, because the AI bot will never have any emotions, and they think in their brain that's going to work,
Right. Yeah.
because they're not going to act when an owner's shouting at them. The robot will just sit there or whatever it is,
Hmm.
right? I think you kind of explained it to me, Albert, before the show. Is kind of they upload the cloud, like the
Hmm. Yeah.
memories and different things. But at the end of the day, that it's not going to understand. It knows what anger, happiness means. It knows the meaning of them,
Hmm.
but it doesn't feel it.
Yeah. It'll detect it, have its automated answer. I'm
Right,
sorry, owner, that you're angry about your
Yeah.
house burning down. I'm so sorry.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm so
sorry.
sorry. They cannot get to you.
Yeah, too
They're
bad.
not available.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why, like, this is why these, unfortunately, the older generation, which is these CEOs and founders, just jump on the next big trend. They don't care what it is.
Hmm.
What matters to them is, oh, how that will save us money. We'll fire a whole staff,
Hmm.
and we'll just do that.
Oh, and they do. Yeah, there's no
Mhm.
love. You're gone.
But it's sad. I'm
Hmm.
sick of these old bats.
Hmm. Yeah.
When is it enough?
Yeah. No, there's.
Just saying.
Yeah,
Just saying.
that's not enough.
I stand by that. They are old bats. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not retracting that statement.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah. I mean, we would like to see a little bit more loyalty, right? I mean, yeah, we're all people trying to earn a living, and just seeing this rollover of employees, like turnover. Like one day is this guy's here, and the next day he's not, and there's another guy there, and then you're
Right.
getting Philippines crew, and people are like, oh wait, what's happening? And yeah, who can explain it? I mean, there's no love
Right.
really. It's like just all dollars, and if you're making me money, good. If you're not, you're out.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little rant there. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so I want to start with Paul for this one. Will homeowners and tenant adapt to using AI as a first contact when reporting repairs? What do you think on this?
I think they never will adapt to it.
Okay.
They will. What will happen is it will become a free for all, right? Whoever gets basically caught using AI, the homeowner will terminate their contract with them. But this is the thing that's kind of messed up sometimes is property management companies, they keep everything in-house and secret. They don't share things with their clients, right? So, for example, when we were in property management, I'm pretty sure at the beginning we were told that we couldn't tell the clients we worked remote at the time. So
Hmm.
the experience I was, I worked remote for some time as well. And we were told, oh, you can't tell them that. Got to pretend you're in the office, right? So that's an indication right away. It's not like they're going to tell anybody they're using AI. They're just going to use AI, make themselves look great, and then it will all crumble when, like I said, like an escalation happens. Or Albert's point was amazing. Your house is burning and the AI has zero emotions to it,
Hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
again, homeowners aren't stupid. They will catch on, right?
Hmm.
They don't want a robot managing their $1 million house. Why would they trust a robot to manage their, either some of them are $1 million or $1.5 million properties? If I was an owner, I'd be there'd be steam coming out my ears knowing this. I'd just be like, wow, how you deceived me so badly. So I'm hoping there's some sort of law that comes out where each company has to disclose to their clients that they use AI. Maybe that would be a resolution, so that if the client at least signs up, they know what they're getting into. So yeah, that's my take on that question.
Okay, yes, totally. I do think it's a little unfortunate when they don't actually are honest. So yeah, that's terrible. Albert, what do you think on this?
Okay, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I do think though that it's gonna be like universal. Everybody's gonna have like the first like the menu options are gonna be like AI, so they'll take the call and kind of like direct it to the person it's gonna go to afterwards. But yeah, I think they're gonna like squeeze and just juice that as much as they can. But yeah, the homeowners they're not gonna like it. But yeah, unfortunately, I see it like all the major industries are gonna want to pick that up. Yeah, because they won't have to use the secretary anymore. Yeah, that's gonna save one salary right there. So secretary can go bye bye. So well, that's kind of the person we try to get around anyway, right? When we're trying to offer our service, which is ironic. How to get past the secretary. Yeah. But yeah, now we're gonna have AI, which is worse. Be like, oh, is this a call to this person? Be like, yes, please. Are you sure? It's convincing AI now, yeah, to pass me to a certain person. But yeah, I kind of see it, yeah, being adopted in a lot of stuff, even government. They're probably gonna put in their menus, so people will get accustomed and just anticipate that they're going to get this long menu questions and responses and stuff. It's like, hey, I got a major water leak. Can you pass me on to somebody human? It's okay. One moment. Can you tell me about this? And be like, hey, I need to speak to someone now. But yeah, I can see that pretty clearly.
Okay,
Well,
yes, totally.
could I add to some things Albert said there? So like Albert, I agree with what you're saying, and that's a good thing that you brought up, right? That where, like, let's say the tenant's phoned in, and he's like, they're trying to explain something, and every time the tenant's asking, like, I want to speak to a human, the AI is not gonna, still gonna stay automated, right? It'll never change. And then on top of that, AI can be at risk of being hacked.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Nobody's ever thought of that. AI is a technology. The technology can be hacked. Hackers are everywhere, right? So all they've got to do is figure out
Right.
hacking, change some code.
Yeah.
I think it's dangerous. I really do.
Yeah.
It's playing with fire.
It's gonna be like, yeah, give me a credit card number. Yeah, no problem. I'm the safe AI, but no problem here. Yeah.
Right. You might even know when it's AI.
Yeah.
Right? Because you could be speaking to someone called Jeff, and the voice, because again, AI does voice changer, where you might not even know Jeff is AI. So then you're just trusting. You think, oh, Jeff works there. I called that main line and Jeff answered. Some people might think Jeff is a real person. So I see what you're saying. Jeff could ask for the credit card, and the homeowner or the tenant would be fine to give it over the phone.
Yeah.
Without any problem. So that's
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, not
It really is.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how many people give your credit card information just like that. It's like, yeah, just resolve this HOA thing, and here's my credit card, and like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a human being, which means you can put a human being in jail if they can get arrested and prosecuted. Can you go prosecute AI?
I would say no.
You can't prosecute AI Jeff. He's got away with it because he can't. What are we gonna do? Put the hard drive in a jail cell? Lock the door?
Yeah.
You're getting 5 years, Jeff. That's it.
Yeah, no, yeah. Last warning.
like, come on. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think of that. That just came to me because
Yeah.
that's something maybe nobody's thought of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If someone programs Jeff to commit a crime, it's going to be hard to find out who programmed Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
If so many people had access to Jeff,
Yeah.
they'd need to really fix that, wouldn't they?
Yeah. A lot of liability just out the window.
Right. So they
Mm-hmm.
can't put AI Jeff in jail, and he continues
Yeah.
taking people's jobs and committing crimes because some human being changed the code.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, totally. So after talking about all of this, Paul, how do you think a customer would feel if they knew that they were actually speaking to an AI bot?
I think pissed off is
Okay,
is
yeah.
my answer.
Mm-hmm.
And this is even like not just PM, because again, we are property maintenance, so I'm going to revert this back to maintenance, right? For any vendors out there that are listening, we really appreciate you listening. But this is advice, right? If you choose to use like an AI Jeff, right? We'll
Mm-hmm.
call him Jeff, and your customer finds out, your customer will be pissed off, okay? They want to speak to a real person, and again, if you have any of the virtual assistants, Octagon is here for you. So my answer is they'd be pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, totally. Albert, what do you think on this?
Okay.
How do you
Yeah,
think
I
it would?
actually agree, but I used to work for this one property management company. They had me doing utilities, like the water, gas, and stuff like that. I remember one particular, I think it was the water company in Oklahoma. That call wouldn't be less than 1 hour on a good day. So you would be on the call 1 hour waiting and listening to this crazy music and these options just repeat and any automated messages. It'd be just 1 hour right there. Like, okay, I want to multitask, but it's just like, I can't stand this. So I think if they applied AI there, that may be one of the very few situations where somebody might be happy to, okay, yeah, well, give me your information, give me the account name and number and address, and okay, yeah, when do you want to restart service? This day. Okay, yeah, it's a pleasure doing business with you. Thank you. Any other questions? Oh, thank you, AI. Been helpful. I mean, just getting that call less than an hour. I'm pretty sure there's a property coordinator right now who's wishing for that very thing to happen. I knew somebody took my spot, and they're probably on that daily 1 hour call. So,
I agree with your point of view only if the company actually announced they were using AI.
mm,
Like actually made it vocal and put it on their website and made it clear that they are using it. Now, that's a good point you've made about the hours waiting time,
mm,
right? Where, yes, like an AI Jeff could answer the call and try to navigate it. And if they don't, then it gets put back on the line to speak to a human. But again, the resolution is very simple. You know, outsource.
true, yeah,
Get some
mm,
VAs.
mm,
Outsource.
yeah,
That's it. Not in the Philippines. We've heard things that some of the companies in the Philippines do not know what they're doing. We're the experts. We know what we're doing. So again,
mm,
you know, there'll be details
yeah,
near the end of our episode and all the information in our description below this video
mm,
as well. But I would advise a VA instead of AI because again, chance of being hacked. Maybe for a simple operation system, as in like Albert was, I believe you were trying to say, is just
mm,
simple task, but
mm,
not taking on a full-blown phone call.
yeah.
Possibly it could work.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
just a quick disclaimer. I've worked with a few Philippine people, so not dissing Philippine people in general. Just these companies coming out really don't.
I said Companies in the Philippines.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I said that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone can tell me I didn't. So I said that
Yeah.
some companies in the Philippines
hmm
not know what they're doing.
Yeah. I could just imagine the angry calls after this. Like, hey, yeah, you talking about my mom? No,
No,
no.
I'm saying that for the record. All respect
hmm
to Philippine citizens.
hmm
Um, absolutely no problems there. I don't. I blame your management. They're not training you right. That's
Training.
the problem.
Yeah.
You're not being trained right,
hmm
and you're probably not being paid enough either, or there's no incentive or no bonuses.
hmm
So
Very true.
yeah, no, thanks Albert for
Uh-huh.
clarifying that with our viewers. Don't want those kind of angry emails, do we?
Yeah. Yeah. No. No problem.
Okay.
Okay, great. I really like listening to both of your guys' point of view. And just to top this all off, I have one last question, which is, do we think AI will be able to replicate human creativity in the future? And I would like to hear Paul on this one first. Give us your opinion, please.
It's a good one. I would say no, only because they're unable to feel emotions. Because human creativity comes from that also. Like for example, when Mona Lisa was painted, right? That was painted with passion. AI maybe knows the meaning of passion, but wouldn't feel it. They wouldn't feel passion, or, you know, where to paint the beauty in the painting of Mona Lisa, right? So I'm gonna have to say I don't think they would. No.
hmm
Okay. Albert, what do you think on this?
Okay. Actually has some insight on this. I am a, a writer, a sci-fi writer. So I'm actually on a book project right now, and I was just curious. I know it's like sacrilege. Ask the AI, okay, can you write me a chapter about this and that? And it like totally butchered it. And I've heard the like commercials where they say, yeah, this is a AI written book. And I was like, oh, really? Oh, I was kind of worried. So I went and investigated. So, okay, yeah, a chapter like this. Okay, this guy sticks his finger in this plug and it blows it up and he's sad afterwards. Okay. And the guy gave me his paragraph and it's like, no, probably not. But there is one advantage though. AI can get some pretty good grammatical things in there. So it can give me like a general reference of what I want. It's like some really cool words I can pick out of there, and I could ask, hey, can you change this? And yeah, maybe I can pick some stuff out. But yeah, to rely on it 100%, I haven't been able to do that. Well, thankfully. Yeah, as Paul said, yeah, there's still that human side to writing. And I think that's always going to be there. So writing is like an art form, expression of emotions, and especially when somebody gets their finger blown off, right? So yeah, there's plenty of emotion there.
Well, again, I do feel AI is um, is good to support. Just like right now, we all have cell phones. It's good to support us. Google as a search engine is a great supportive tool, but I'd never get Google's search engine to run our whole business. It just doesn't make any sense, right? And I would look at, for example, like J.K. Rowling differently. Like the Harry Potter books, for example. I feel they're in the top 10 of the best written books. That was written by a human, J.K. Rowling, right? She wrote them. She wrote them in Edinburgh, in the United Kingdom, in Scotland. And if anyone's going to say to me, "Oh, AI can replicate that level of writing,"
Mm,
no. I mean, so could they support a writer? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like Albert said, take some keywords and some little
mm,
bits and pieces, but to just leave AI to write a whole book and it to be on the same level of like Lord of the Rings or
no, no.
Harry Potter level, or, you know, I don't know, even maybe they could be good with like for example, like help guidebooks.
Maybe.
That's all they're good. That's all they may be good for. But any book that involves emotion, they couldn't write a romantic book. If someone told me AI could write 50 Shades of Grey,
Yeah.
no way. How? He's never experienced love.
Yeah.
Doesn't know.
Have you read that
Doesn't
one?
understand. No,
No.
Yes, totally.
I have. I have not. No, no,
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't read it.
Right,
But I
I
might
bet.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Curious.
I'm curious now. Yeah. Too. Yeah. Hey, Lucy, have you?
No,
No.
I haven't.
Oh.
I have
Okay.
not read it, but I've heard about it. So yeah, but I totally agree on that. An AI would never be able to write something like that because he's never felt anything like that.
Mhm.
So totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, exactly. So, like, it just it. And again, this comes back to why AI, I would say, in resolution is a good supportive tool. But for anybody that's trying to fire actual human employees for like an AI Jeff or an AI Jessica to take on your full business, you're going to be out of business.
Mhm.
That is simple as that. And I say this to all maintenance vendors, please do not get that idea that an AI, you know, human version of AI or whatever it may be, and someone's convinced you, you know, one of your friends, your buddies, please do your research first. Don't just listen to people, right? If you're out there and you're struggling in your truck, outsource, virtual assistant.
Mhm.
Again, all our details are available in our description.
Yeah.
If anyone's interested, please contact us.
Okay. Well, I think that would be it for today's show. I really appreciate you all joining us and viewing us. We're thrilled to see you next time.
All right. See everybody next
All
show.
right. Thank you, everyone.
Mhm.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.